Good afternoon and welcome back to McChord Air Force Base here in Washington State, just next to Tacoma, Washington. We are getting ready to do our second mission for our joint operations with the U.S. Air Force. We will be operating flight Romeo Foxtrot Romeo 151 from McChord Air Force Base down to Edwards Air Force Base for training down there. Airframe is Zulu Mike 400, and our call sign will be RAF Air 151. We're expecting a runway 34 departure via the Mocha 4 IMB or Kimberly transition. Initial climb will be 10,000 and we'll cruise at 310. And we're expecting a 23 left arrival via radar vectors into Edwards. We've already been given our squawk, which is 1513. Enter that. And we'll put 122800 into the standby. 122800 into the standby and do vectors. Or sorry, not vectors. We'll do 124.8. 124.8 into the active, which is the CTAF for McChord. Alright, let's go ahead and get our trade table out. Okay. Sync. And we will turn brightness all the way up there. Okay, so first things first, go ahead and get our QNH, our altimeter, 2997, 2997. Fuel and payload. Need to import that and apply on the load. Okay, load is set. Okay, init request. Okay, mission number 02. Enter. Okay, KTCM to KEDW. Okay, wind request. And let's go up here and get our IRSs. IRSs are good. We've already got those. All right. Let's go ahead and reset these. Just to make sure. Okay, 7 minutes to align. Okay, clear, clear, clear. Good. Okay, departure. 34. Mocha 4. Kimberly transition. Insert. Arrival. 23 left. Let's do the RNAV 23 left via, let's go up here, via explain, okay, none on the star. Whoops. Wrong button there. Flight plan. Insert. Everything appears to be looking good there. Okay. And in it, go to fuel and load. Okay. 239.4 for the zero fuel weight. 239.4. 30.6 or 29.5 for the zero weight CG. 9.5 block. 28.4. Okay. In it. Okay. Takeoff performance. Okay, so our outside air temperature is 18 degrees. 8. Check that. Yep. Okay. So, and then compute 127, 127, 135. And insert that. Okay. Good to go. Let's go to terrain, TCAS, constraint, radar, TCAS, constraints. Okay. Go to flight control check. Okay, everything is good there. Go to TCAS on all. TCAS above. Okay, predictive wind shear. That's it. Good. Good, good, good. Good. Okay, now next we need to start the APU. Look at that. All this fancy stuff. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and go to ground. I'm going to close that. Close that. So we're looking at about a 2-hour flight down to Edwards, 2.5 hours max. And we don't currently have ATC, but it's looking like we're going to have ATC for sure when we get down to Edwards. And let's go back to init so we can make sure that these are aligning. Okay, so we got 1 minute here. Okay, that's a veil. Toggle that off. And let's go ahead and get the bleed air on. Pull it down. Okay, let's start doing our checklist. So, cockpit prepared, steering pin removed, fuel quantity set, takeoff data set. Let's put our initial climb in here. 10,000. Seat belts on. All right. We can go. Now let's go to flight plan. Let's go back to flight plan real quick. Let's just scroll through this to make sure that we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Beacon light can go on. And check that off. Checklist complete. And after start. So let's put that up. Go ahead and ignition to the on position. And feathering engine number 1. Okay, feathering 2. Clear those messages, by the way. Feathering 3. And feathering 4. Okay. Good start. All engines to run. Okay. Alright, that's a good start. So, ignition normal. APU bleed, APU. And then we're going to go flaps 1. Flaps 1. Arm the ground spoilers. Okay, good there. We need to set our takeoff trim, which is 1.5 up. Okay, 1.5 up, so anti-ice as required, not needed. Ecam normal, yaw trim normal, pitch trim check. Checklist complete. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Okay, flight instruments check. Flight controls. Alright, flight control. Rudder, full right, full left, neutral, aileron, full right, full left, neutral, elevator, full up, full down, neutral. Flight control check is complete. Okay, briefing, good. Okay, takeoff speed, V1 127, V rotate 127, and V2 135. FF good. Predictive wind shear and radar are on. Okay. Check. Okay, before takeoff checklist complete below the line. So let's bring the HUD down or above the line. Taxi, runway turn off lights, and takeoff config check. Takeoff config check is good. Court traffic, this is route fare 151. I'll be taxiing to runway 34 via hotel. McChord traffic. Oh, they really need to fix that glitch. So what I have to do is go ready for takeoff. So stupid. But you have to do that, then it resets all my lights. So basically there's a glitch with this plane right now where it doesn't recognize that it's not the plane. It doesn't recognize the chocks are removed even though they're removed. So clear. So I have to set all my lights and everything back to the way I like them. Microsoft fixed what it likes. Good, good, good. I have to put these back on. Oops, terrain, TCAS, constraints, radar, TCAS, constraints. Put those back. Okay. Alright, we're good. I have to turn this off because it turns that on for some reason. And that. Alright, runway turn off lights. Or taxi lights on. Okay. And we are good to go. Yeah, this plane is freaking awesome, dude. And it's so irritating that there's a glitch with the sim. Like I said, it's with the sim. It's not. I don't think it's with the plane. Basically, you remove the chocks before the flight, and for some reason, it thinks you are in. You still have the chocks on. So what you have to do is you basically have to turn the chocks off, or you have to go to flight ready because that's the only way to remove the chocks again. Because there's no hotkey to remove the chocks again. I know. But other than that, that's the only issue. Okay, clear left. Big girl. Okay. Load master is advised. We'll confirm the takeoff runway in a minute. Pact 1 and 2 is not needed. Pull up our OFP here. Okay. Landing lights. Strobe lights. McChord traffic, this is Ralph Air 151 lining up and taking off runway 34. McChord traffic.
Approaching 34.
Okay, runway's confirmed. Check.
On runway 34.
Okay. Alright. Load master has been advised. Pact 1 and 2 not needed. Okay. Alright. Okay, engine 25%. Okay. Engine stabilized. Alright, Mantoga SRS runway heading auto thrust blue. Speed to live, thrust is set. Under knots, continue. Rotate. Okay, we have positive rate of climb. Gears coming up. Okay, autopilot's engaged. Disarm the spoilers. Put that up now. My Rainier in the background as we leave McChord here. Okay, max continuous climb thrust set. Flaps up. And coming out over the Puget Sound here. Alright, let's go up to our cruise. 310. Go plan mode. And we're going to go open climb. Absolutely stunning aircraft owned by His Majesty's Royal Air Force. So pretty flying out over the Puget Sound, man. Especially in this big bird. Okay. And we can go direct. There we go. Kimberly. Insert. Okay. Alright, we're coming above 10 now. Good. Come off. Alright. Okay, we are well on our way up to our cruising altitude of flight level 310. Like I said, about 2.5 hours down to Edwards Air Force Base. And I will see you on the flip when I'm ready to start my descent into Edwards. So I will leave you with this picturesque scenery of Mount Rainier in the background. So see you.